Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton. This is Dalton, my world. You gotta forgive me. I am under the weather. I do have a cold, but I had a recent event happen. It's gonna be like a holiday story time. I gotta tell you, that only happened about 5 days ago, and I just wanted to tell you about it. You ain't gonna believe what happened, and it'll be something that you can learn from this holiday season, okay? So I'll be back in about a couple seconds. Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton. This is Dalton, my world. Slowly recovering from whatever I have. I went to the doctor. She gave me medicine for a lot of different things, including a flu shot, which put me on my butt, and I'm recovering from something. But I also got a COVID-19 test, not the shot. I got the COVID-19 test. I should know the results tomorrow, Monday, the 6th of December, 2021. So here's the quick story time I want to give you. Well, it may not be that quick, but my last day at work, because I have to take some time off because of this, whatever I got. My last day at work, we have this new woman that was at my job, right? So she's a really nice person, and we got off of work around the same time. So she says, and this was only about four or 5 days ago, okay, my last time at work. She says, "Hey, let me give you a ride." You know, because it started raining a little bit, and she was just like, "Well, let me give you a ride. You need me to give you a ride to your house?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good." I said, "But you can give me a ride to the store, because there's like a dollar store and a Family Dollar next to it and all these other stores, and I had to get some festivities, some stuff before I take the bus home." So she drove me up there, and we were talking, and she was telling me about just talking this, tell me about her life and what was going on. And as we're talking, I give you the best description. She's tall, okay, and she was driving her son's car, and he's real tall, so the seats are laid way back, so you can see her, and she's talking, and of course it turns dark now around 5 o'clock, so it's raining, and we're sitting in front of the store. She's talking, and then as she's talking, I just got alert, right? Like my instincts kicked in, because if you don't know my background, I used to work over 10 years in security in over 5 different states and different types of security, and I also have a Bachelor of Science as a crime analysis. And anytime you're in any type of security, especially upper level security, law enforcement, FBI, CIA, anything like that, your instincts, okay? This is not a religious thing. This is just, you gain these instincts, and some of them just stay with you for life, okay? And literally, sometimes your hair can, I don't care if you're bald or not, you still have hair on the back of your neck that will pop up. And she's talking, and then instincts are just like spidey sense, I jumped up and I looked at her window. This man, all he saw was her in the car. He's walking up to her window, almost up to her car door, like he's on a mission. Okay. I popped up and looked over by her, and then he noticed that I was in there. Okay. Now I want you to understand, I'm about 5'4", 5'5", but I am about 210 pounds. Okay. No, it's not all muscle, but some of it is. Okay. So when I looked up and I was alert, I just went on full alert, right? And she looked at me real quick and looked over at the window. She goes, literally jumped. And once he saw me, he just stopped in his tracks. He turns back around and he did a military pivot. If you're in the military, you know what I'm talking about. He did a military pivot. He turned back around and poof, he was gone. Okay. And she was so shook up. She said, he could have shot me. I wouldn't have known, you know. And I'm just telling y'all this because this is Christmas season, and there's a lot of good-hearted people of every race, nationality, sexuality, religious, non-religious people out there. Nevertheless, there are some really bad people that take advantage of this time of year. They know people are shopping. They know people have more credit cards and money in their pockets than they normally do. Okay? So have your wits about you, people. Okay? I don't want to hear any of my subscribers or viewers getting hurt. Have your wits about you. Don't have presents in your car where people can see them. Okay? It turns darker earlier now, so pay attention. Okay? What's around you? All right, it's very, very important. All right, and I just want to tell you about that because that happened. And that was only about 4 or 5 days ago. Okay? So those type of people that mean you harm are out there. And this is their hunting ground this time of year when it, you know, not only during the day, but especially since it turns darker earlier. Okay, I have no idea what his intentions were, but when he saw me, he stopped dead in his tracks, did a military pivot, and he walked off. So he walked off like a fast walk, and then poof, he was gone. I mean, you know, he knew how to hide. Okay, so he wasn't an amateur. Okay, so be careful out there, people. And they look for people who they think are vulnerable or not paying attention. Especially if you got presents, don't have your presents, you know, out and about where everybody can see them. Okay? And, you know, hide, you know, and don't count your money out front, you know. Just be like I said, be cautious. Also, I'll give you a quick, and that's a true story that just recently happened. And I'll give you a quick story time when I was in Seattle. Since I'm not going to be on very much at all this month, if you know, I already got your video scheduled for Wednesday at 10 o'clock a.m. and then you have some scheduled on certain Fridays, a relaunch of videos I already did that a lot of my new subscribers never seen before. Okay, that I think you'll like. I already have that, so y'all set for the whole month of December. Also, check out my community page. I always try to update there when I have enough energy. I always try to put something there. And also, you can check out my playlist if you like. Now, the second story time I got for you is I was thinking about this the other day when I lived in Seattle. Yeah, Seattle. I did security up there. And I had a friend of mine, and he was with a different company, but he did security, right? But he also kind of did it for the hotels. Well, one day, you know, we would talk, and, you know, and it's not that many Afro-Americans up in Seattle, okay? And he was a brother, you know, and we were talking, and then I noticed his watch, and I said, dang, man, I said, that's a really good imitation Rolex, right? He goes, oh no, it ain't an imitation. It was a real Rolex. Now on the on the security guard salary up there, which I mean, it wasn't, it wasn't no chump change that we were getting. We getting paid pretty good, but not enough for no Rolex. Well, lo and behold, and this is a true story, he come to tell me about it. Well, sometimes you have like rich Japanese women, and the men do it too, especially the business men and women. And I don't know if any other Asian race does this, but these Japanese women were curious, and they loved some black sausage. Yes. So he had a couple women and they were well off. They would buy him stuff and sometimes give him a little money. And, well, a lot of money. But anything you pretty much want. And they had certain rules, okay? And he would sometimes meet them at certain hotels, and they would do the do. And they liked that dark sausage. Now, in front of everybody, they were the perfect business power couple. Japanese man married to a Japanese woman, beautiful, but behind closed doors, okay? And that's what you got to remember. What really keeps the relationships together sometimes, and what the real aspect of people is what happens behind closed doors. People have more than one life. They have a life you see, and then they have the life behind closed doors. And behind closed doors, he had a couple very well-off Japanese women, and I think one of them was a businesswoman, actually, but the other two, they had their business, but their husbands were very well-off, okay, prominent in the, Japanese community, and made pretty good money, but they all had their secrets, and they had certain rules that you had to go by. And boy, they love that dark sausage. So you just never know what someone really likes and desires and really, really crave behind closed doors, no matter what, whether it's a star or an average person, no matter what you see in front. Behind closed doors is a whole different reality, okay? Because sometimes behind closed doors is what really, really keeps them fueled, and what they really, really are like, because, everyone has different sides. But I remember one time, because I was slimmer, because, if you know anything about Seattle, they have these hills, and I always rode my bike, and I always walked. If I wasn't taking a bus, I was always walking or rode my bike, so I was very fit. And he was trying to test me out, see if I wanted to get into it. I'm like, nah. And I'm not putting him down. I'm not putting anybody down that do like Instagram models or, OnlyFans or anything. I'm not going to put them down. I don't know their story. But I do, for me, I don't want to sound self-righteous, okay? Because, I admit, I'll be checking out some big bank videos, TikTok big bank videos that we're having on YouTube, just like any other man. I'll be checking them all that stuff out. But for me to do it, I always felt like, it's kind of like when I lived in Oklahoma. The Indians, American Indians, had a philosophy, traditional American Indians had a philosophy that didn't like taking pictures, because they felt that it takes, a person takes a part of your soul anytime they take a picture. So I feel like that sometimes, you give up something of yourself. When you do it for money, you do give up something of yourself, and you have to be real careful also because of all the weirdos and creeps out there, but men and women, okay? But you give up something, and sometimes you can give up so much that it's hard to even get it back. It's not impossible, but sometimes it's hard. Now, I'm not saying every single Instagram model and every single you know, TikTok and all that are prostitutes or anything like that. I'm not saying that. Okay? Nevertheless, if you ever get in that business, you have to be real careful, because there's a gray area that you can easily slide into and find yourself on a slippery slope, even if you are a man doing it. You know, it's easy. Trust me. When I used to be a dancer when I was younger, I had a lot of propositions I did not take. And I tell you what, though, it's easy. It's easy to cross that line and go into that slippery slope. But it's not so easy to come back and get back what you gave up. And, you know, but anyway, that's my story time for Seattle. And I try to give y'all 2 because I know I ain't going to be on here this month. But I hope y'all stay safe out there. Okay? Stay safe. All right? And be careful. Because if this happened when I was with that young lady and the guy didn't see me, it can happen to you. All right? And I'll rap to y'all later. Peace. Oh, by the way, thank you for your well wishes. Thank you for your prayers. What will be, will be. And I'm constantly trying to get better. But, you know, it's all in God's hands. You know, my time to go, my time to go. If it's not, it's not. Now, I'll rap to y'all later. Y'all be cool. Peace.